this is a cool beat right here. This beat is cool. You can just freestyle for days. Freestyle. What's up, T-Law Fitness? Thanks for being here. Shout out to everybody watching the stream that's here right now. Y'all are cool. If you're on Twitter, post, or X, repost this. Hit the heart button. If you're on YouTube, say what's good. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Follow if you're new. And all that other stuff that people say in their videos. It's your boy Crypto Brad. This is not financial advice. This is just literally some dude on the internet trying to figure out where are the gains, but in one specific coin. XEN coin, baby. That's what I do. That's what I talk about. Yeah. I was listening to about to say I'm about to flow on top of this beat. Yeah, no, that beat's fire. I made that one like 2018 or 19. I need to make some more music, but I've been making programs. That's where my creative itch has been, is in this code, trying to understand this logic. Again, this has like been a very influential crypto cycle for myself. And doing it live is even funner because, again, don't take anything I say here serious, like for real. You should be doing the research. Then if you're vibing with me, which that's what's funny, is there's some out there that are actually vibing with me. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? You're here with me too? Damn. You know? Shout outs Frankie. Earn it. He's up here in the climate. He's the one that surprised me the most because I'm like, yo, bro. Like that's actually the other, when I make these analogies of like the room is filling with water and there's only a few corners for people to actually get air. Like he's actually one of those people where I'm like, yo, what the fuck is Frankie surviving in that corner? Look at him. Got his little corner. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, actually. That's what people are missing in XEN. Most people are missing that you can do it on your own. You don't actually need to follow anybody. Like following someone in XEN, it should never be because you're following them, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like you follow crypto influencers. What's that guy? Ivan on Tech. He's a good one to point out because like he's been here for a while and he's got a whole movement and he just be saying whatever he wants, you know. Then you have like other ones like Coin Bureau, Altcoin Daily, you know what I mean? Like that style of crypto. You're always going to have like that. And you might want to follow that. Because now I'm starting, again, XEN, it sends you on a journey. You can find out everything in crypto on your own. You don't need a teacher, a sensei. Maybe you do need a sensei. I'm not going to say you don't need a sensei because you need someone to snap you into discipline. That way, you know, like, okay, I'm mastering something here because, you know, you need to master it. It should go from being a hobby to something, again, that possibly you can build a business on top of. If you've been here in crypto for 10 years, 15 years, and you still don't know how to build something, that's pretty crazy. Whether it's community, social media, smart contracts, right? Websites. There's so much that has come out of being in crypto that, like, if you can't make something, then yeah, you're a trader. You're not really in crypto. You're just here for the value. And that's fine. That's why it's, yo, don't listen to me, man. I'm being creative as fuck. Listen to me and you're here for just the value. Shit. That's why you're wrecked. See, in XEN, what I'm learning is you got to keep moving. And this is why, like, I really want to root for CBXN, but why I'm being so critical right now about it, and why I knew no one can stop, or no one's going to stop what's happening, right? CBXN is suffering from hyperinflation awareness. Everybody is aware now. Again, I've been saying you are ignorant if you're going to be in denial. Now, that doesn't mean CBXN is dead, which is kind of funny to watch. again, if the community wants to, they can turn it around. But you have a lot of people who are coming to this conclusion: is it smart for me to keep waiting on X1 chain? And that's not a strong enough narrative to keep Zen in the wallets of real holders. Like, these are real holders, yo. These people over here. CBZen is proving itself already. That's why I'm going to keep my eye on it. Because fuck you guys. You can keep dumping it, losing faith. Or you can keep getting rewards. You know, because again, most people who are minting, they should be making $1 on every single... well, actually, we're not there yet. We're almost into that phase for CBZen. There's still a lot of pre-dank sharding xeNFTs that are being minted. Those are the ones that were created at like 30 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1. That's why some of these people, I feel like they have the right to sell, because they're getting their Zen now when there's no X1 chain, there's no direction. Jack's telling you not to burn it. People are in the community thinking like this, that, and the third, right? And these are the emotions that come along with hyperinflation. Again, I am beyond that. I've already beat CBZen millions of times. This game is conquered, and this is actually the bottom. So a solid bottom here would feel really good, because that means everybody who bought Zen sold, and everybody who is mining Zen is selling. So we're really going to see some sort of zero number on CBZen, which I think is bullish. The reason why I think this is very bullish for CBZen is because when you do the math on minting always costs money. So every Zen suffers from this, but CBZen has the opportunity to actually change the script for all of the inflationary side chains. And that's why I am rooting for it, but that's why I'm making sense of CBZen, because that's what it's all about, right? There's people who are in Zen because they're just here for the value. They don't understand the tech, so they can't be creative to understand why inflation may or may not be good. And sometimes I think it's actually a yin and yang balance to inflation, because you don't want too much of it, but you don't want not enough of it, right? You don't want too much and you don't want not enough, because then you'll have a really bad tug of war between belief and value. And that's why, again, Zen is installed with the Satoshi vision. So there is no pre-mine. There is no, even though Bitcoin was pre-mined, essentially. People would say it isn't, but Satoshi knew them motherfucking coins was going to be made. He knew that was base, that was Genesis. He's like, yo, guys, I'm going to run this. It's like right now if Jack just released X1 and said, oh, this is Genesis, but you guys don't like have access to the ledger yet. It's like, bro, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, kind of Satoshi's vision, minus the pre-mine, but again, so to however you want to believe it. And then there's it's immutable, so it can be changed, right? And like only way you can change Zen is if you change the blockchain. So that's what we have seen. We have seen changes in the stack of the blockchain, which have dramatically changed Zen in its creation. And yo, what's up, bro? If you're really here right now, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. This is what the fuck I do. I think I'm like the last technical Zenian left. Most people can only pray for God's price, God's lightning bolt to hit the price. Bitch, we're making that on this channel. We're making that price. You're gonna fucking come buy my Zen from me. And I'm gonna make it rain, because we're not stopping minting, all right? Keep minting. Keep minting. Got the minter running right now. Hey, yo, if you're using mintzen.com, make sure that you balance your wallets correctly. Don't go over 2,500. You're doing the most. All right, that's about the cap. But you can fit around 2,500 xeNFTs in a wallet if you're just doing Zen for that wallet address. But yeah, man, we're minting. Shout out to all the minters. I see you visiting the website. Feels good to make something now. Minton.com running flawlessly, 100% uptime. Yeah, it's just a website. Who gives a fuck? But I could be a shitty dev and it could be down, but it's not. It's going. It's clicking. It's lowered the bar of access, because Zen is about access. We need more people to make more minting portals, right? That's actually part of crypto. As the minter takes on different faces and masks, it will continue to drive the mission. All right. And the mission is self-sovereign ownership. All right. So we're doing everything right. We're doing Satoshi's vision. What we're doing wrong, but it's not wrong. It's just wrong for the present. But now, again, we have all these data points to prove that it's not necessarily wrong for the present. It's just highly demanding of attention from the action-oriented humans. That's like the only way I could describe Zen. Like, you need action-oriented humans. You don't need fucking value holders. The guys that just come and just gonna hold it. I don't want to do anything. I just want to hold it. All right. Maybe Zen isn't for you. I actually have one for you. We'll get to that in a second. If you're following the channel, you should have instantly thought of the coin that I'm talking about. You know, if you don't know what the coin is, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Zen World. We're outside. Like and subscribe. But if you know what I'm talking about, you're really on script, bro. You understand. We got something special here, right? So the inflation thing is not bad. What is bad is that the community needs to be action oriented. If they stop providing action, interest is lost, inflation takes over, we spiral to the death of the bottom, right? And this will always happen in CBZN, because until there is a floor mechanism, such as like an X1 chain, or if the community decides they want that, right? In CBZN, we don't have that yet, because it's still like a token, a crypto coin. The people who have most of the supply, they've accidentally stumbled into this shit. I 100% believe that. There's only a few people who really knew what was going on. They know who they are. That's why they're never around asking questions, because they've been new. They've been understood something that I think, again, in this channel, if you've been following, we've been dissecting crypto for 2 years straight, right? We've come to the conclusion that Satoshi's an economist, or at least one of those fucking Satoshi guys, because all they did was monetize SHA-256. That's not that hard. It's 2025. It's been fucking 10 years since it really clicked with the humans, bruv. It wasn't that hard. What was hard, again, in Bitcoin was getting real people to be action oriented and fucking turn on their computers. Go turn your computer on. Go get online. Like, that's always the hardest part in tech. Once you get over the hill of motherfuckers doing the action oriented fucking stuff, it's easy sailing for there. So that's why, again, in CBZN was nuts, is watching it be such a fair product that really you'll never own it. And that's kind of why, again, like, it's death spirals every single time until the community builds a floor. I don't think that floor arises until X1 chain, because there's not a lot of Zenians to begin with. This is just the reality. And again, most people won't want to bet on CBZN because they're going to bet on real Zen's inflation. So that's like the other catch-22 of fucking CBZN, is that it's going head to head with real Zen, because real Zen has an AMP of 2009. Ooh, 2009. Damn, we're almost to 1,000 days clicked off the clock. But CBZN has an AMP of 233. I mean, 2,333. Now, look, if you haven't been doing the research too, like, I'm just telling you what you should be doing. Like, I've been doing this research, and that's why I'm like, man, I want CBZN. I've been saying it for weeks. I want CBZN to be the shit, but it won't be the shit without action-oriented community members. And we don't have a lot of those because that's not the fucking MO in Zen, right? The MO and Zen, the motives is XEN is the one, yada, yada, yada. So I understand this one ins and out, right? No one's making the G rank here. So it's actually smart to get into XEN because yeah, all Zen roads do go to X1 chain, but theoretically they pass through Ethereum. Because you can't, again, we're trying it right now with base chain. It's one of the only ones we have to really shake the ground. We're not going to shake the ground on Polygon, Avalanche, Binance, Moonbeam, Phantom, Pulse Chain, Eve, Moss, OKX, even Optimism. We're not going to shake the ground there. We can, because I think anything in Ethereum, you can shake the ground. But it does take action-oriented community members in order for it to move and be seen. So again, knowing this hard fact about the AMP, this is why I can only see CBZN thriving with X1 chain. The hopium is that people would see that, yo, you are already suffering from disinflationary concepts. Like the reverse engineer of CBZN is that you got to wait 525 days because the community pumped the max terms, right? So you have to wait 525 days to experience the Zen world, because you're in line. You're like waiting in line. you know, you can speed up your days, right? You can do one day. And, you know, maybe there'll be 1.5 million people that come, wallets, that are made after you. And again, the gas is higher on base chain, so you can roughly fit around 500 C ranks and 1 mint. So yeah, and that's why I'm saying, yo, base is like, it's a funny one because it's cheap and you get a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to like Southeast Asia with $1, you know, or going to Mexico City with $1. Like that's base chain. And it's gonna take a while. It could take a village of users over there to really get this grasp, essentially. That, yo, if we built an economy, this is where the cheap stuff is. Like it's actually on base. Like cheap Zen is on base. That's why the burns are gonna be higher. That's why eventually it will have action-oriented users, because cheap is like Dollar General. That's like the dollar store. That's like cheap-ass gas. Motherfuckers love cheap, bitch. So they're going to pull up to the cheap chain. We already know that part. But we're here in the present today, where the AMP is 2,300. Right? We can dream big of a deflationary economy, and you got all the inflation. But that's kind of what it has to happen. Like the time has to pass. And I'm actually thinking like base Zen again is for burning. So to see value on base Zen is really magic internet money. And if enough people understand this, that maybe we could take base to a 24-hour minting concept. And that's the only way we're going to save these side chains. These side chains are fried if we can't make them worth a day's worth. Like I've been breaking this shit down. Like it's either you take Zen and you make it valuable for 30 fucking days, or it's gas, or it's cash grass, you know, whatever. It's not what you think it is. And that's just simply because time must mature. We're not there yet. We're not in 2028, and it will be here before you know it. It'll be 2028, guys. I didn't even say what it is today. I didn't even do the whole little, like, you know, calendar thing, just so everybody knows in the future, you know, this is your boy Crypto Bruh, and I am here in the fucking present time. It is June 26th, Thursday. All right. It is June 20. It is the 6th month, or is the 26th day of the 6th month in the 25th year of the millennium. I'm sitting here talking about this brand new cryptocurrency called Zen that's most likely going to change the landscape of ownership. Most in this current present time don't have the brain capacity to comprehend what is happening here, because this technically is on an advanced level similar to data science. So it is very challenging to stay up on every move of this particular cryptocurrency. Most cryptocurrencies don't move like Zen. And also most cryptocurrencies aren't fragmented into 13 different versions of itself with 13 different it doesn't teach you about state and things like that, blah, blah, blah. So it makes a lot of sense. But in the future, 2028, 2029, when value state catches up, they say, oh my God, we get it now because we can see it, right? They're all going to show the fuck up because crypto's not going to die. I'm not going back to fiat. Fuck out of here. I'm thinking crypto is the only way we flip the script. And maybe that's why it exists. Maybe crypto really exists to transcend human nature into digital architecture. Because we're kind of there, but we're not really there. And it's a hokey pokey dance. It's probably the closest we've been to the processor ever in existence. You're basically touching it when you're using your phone. We're getting these blockchains now, like X1 chain, where you're going to be sending transactions on top of the processor, you mother freaker. Like, that's probably beyond what you even understand right now. But that's why it's mad important that our mission win, not these other missions. This moon mission, this X1 mission, this Zen mission, right? Sovereign ownership down to a blockchain state. We don't really own any blockchain states. We don't even own Bitcoin state because it had to be so public. Again, I kind of do think we have the tragedy of commons currently in crypto as well, if you look at all the cryptos. So yeah, there is that. If you don't know what the tragedy of commons is, you should go look it up. It's from economics straight up. But yeah, you'll see we're pushing transactions at the speed of light using this Rust fork of Solana. Yeah, this is what's possible when you start to program your speed with the process, or your transaction with the processor, making sure, again, that finality is based on hardware and not a receiver, or sending and receiver. Oh, fuck, I fucked that one up. Yeah, I fucked that one up. I said that shit way too retarded. But yeah, just know we're on top of the processor, bruh. That's all you need to know. Every other the problem I'm starting to see in crypto is that people try to change the compiler, and the compiler in tech, anywhere in technology, is where you send the characters of the code so that it can give you what you're looking for, essentially. And everybody in crypto, they've changed the way that blocks compile because Bitcoin did it perfect. And what is perfect, right? That doesn't make any sense. It's battle test and, I guess, concept, right? Bitcoin is the best concept of crypto from the genesis of concept, right? Ethereum is in the same boat. That's why, again, X1 story is already hyper, or X1 story is already in hyperspeed because we've got Zen. Right now, everyone's being hella critical about Zen because they want Zen to be attached to X1, right? And this is why, again, I want CB Zen to be the best. What up, Quantum? What up, Dank? What up, Zero Dose? What up, Zenthusiast? What up? What up? Bruh, CB Zen is going the wrong way. Yeah, I know. We gotta get it. I mean, there's something here though. I still believe in it. That's why I'm like, I'm balancing out the scales here. Because realistically, if you believe in CB Zen, then yeah, man, we actually have something there. And we just got to educate people about why it's the way it is. And it will give us what we want, because we're going to tell the land, dude, that grass, or like I said, like the whole dirt thing, is like the same thing. It's like, yo, I don't know why this thing is producing gains, but it is. And the more people that hear about that, that's what's going to really take Zen off. We need to continuously change the mentor. It can't stay in one form. It has to keep changing. You are the Zen mentor. Like, you talking about Zen, you articulating it to yourself and understanding it in depth, that is a Zen mentor. Like, it gets deeper and deeper. Maybe you Zen mint so aggressively you think of a fucking concept to build on the mentor, because you're such a mentor. You're like, we minting, you know what I'm saying? But the mentor will take on many faces, bruv. And CB Zen, again, I think it has the vibe. The problem is it's suffering from inflation. And ETH is the one that has to break the veil for everybody else to go up. And that's why, yeah, it takes a CB Zen community, other people besides Crypto Bro, putting together the pieces so that it has a sound community floor, right? But if it's just P versus P, and then the guy with the biggest bag knows that, then they can just feed the player versus player as much as they want, because they're in the LP and they're just getting fees, right? And they got time, because that's what you do. You play the game until time runs out, and we can see from OP's in, time is gonna run out on everyone. So I'm curious, right? Here's the segue into real Zen. I'm curious if all the veils get broken because ETH Zen will be targeted by so much mind share. And this could lead to a cat and mouse game with these side chains, right? And this is why there's a whole formula here that I'm kind of seeing play out that could be bullish for the entire network. And this is why it's okay if people are leaving. Like, if they want to sell and go and do other things, like the data is here now. We're seeing this data. And what we're seeing is that the market makers need to start making some Zen. If they're not going to start making some Zen, then yeah, what you're seeing right now is a turnaround, because there's not enough Zen being created. We're in a whole different arena right now. Everyone that's a market maker is trying to time Zen with the real market, but the real market is shrinking because it's so ambiguous. Like, we don't really know what's going on. There's like a fucking war happening. So this like last week of Zen was in response to the real world. The real world, right? Let's go look at the real world real quick. It turned around a little bit these past 2 days. And yeah, I've been doing some shit, so I wasn't here yesterday. I'm racing to the bottom. 0 trillion Zen. Negative Zen. I'm racing you to negative Zen. The negative Zen. The XEN story has already been proven in BTC, ETH, and Sol. Yeah, the XEN story is like, that shit is winning already. That's why it's like, yo, wherever you're trying to be in Zen, realistically, you're trying to position yourself to be comfortable from all angles of knowledge. So stop learning shit. Like, if you keep reaching to learn it all, that's what I'm saying. Yo, you might be Divine Energy. Shout out to Divine Energy. That's today's topic of or where is the energy coming from today? It's coming from the Divine Energy. So if you feel like you've got that, you're here for this mission. This is your mission to take. Yeah, man. Maybe you should jump the fuck in. Maybe you should go tell some people about this. Maybe you should, take it to the next level. Because we're at the most bottom, right? Again, that's what I'm saying. They were trying to time Zen, these market makers. And then this real market is starting to pull back. Now they fucking, you know what I'm saying? This is where it's going to get weird, because we're going to start to see the transition. Do you believe or do you not believe? And unfortunately, as a market maker, you don't get to believe, bro. You go with the market. That's why you get the quote or the headline, blah, 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 shorts got knocked out. If I'm not a trader on that regard, but I do think if Zen had futures, we would be going north right now, because a lot of people would be guessing that these market makers would probably be getting like capped out, because it would be right now they hold control because there's no penalty to do what they do. So as Zen starts to get garden around with these other players who go, nah, we're gonna garden these rules because this inflation's for, again, 2,000 more days, so we can garden this once they sell all of their Zen out. So that's why I'm like, yo, Zen is still fucking bullish as long as it keeps following the patterns of the real world. As long as it keeps following these patterns, ETH goes up, Zen goes up, ETH goes down, Zen goes down, then that instantly means that when the market fully turns around, expect Ethereum Zen to go with it and have the message, the whole shebizang, the everything. It didn't lose nothing. Nothing changed, bro. You're still going to be able to burn it for X1 chain. Right? You're still going to be able to hold it as sovereign ownership and believe in the mission. Right? You're still going to be able to build cool products on top of the minter, the staker, the burner. There's going to be tons of bullshit to invent. And y'all motherfuckers did not pump the G rank, so there's a lot of room to grow, but there actually isn't, because it's still hard to use Ethereum. So like, yo, Ethereum Zen is the truth, bro. Like, if you're not in Ethereum Zen, you're tripping. That's why it makes a lot of sense for people to not be in CB Zen right now. It makes a lot of sense, because if you have value on CB Zen, you can't be too risky. You just can't. And like, it's just not smart. Zenomics. Your Zenomics are fucked, bro. Like, if I'm doing the research, that's why I'm like, yo, I gotta get into rhythm with base. A good rhythm with base would be providing liquidity and then selling that shit. And then, like, if there's enough people kind of, I think, or this is what my thought is, the market makers could come naturally in CBZN because the price is so low. So if enough people understood how, like, providing liquidity works in their favor, they might start setting up multiple pools. This is something I was thinking about, that like maybe someone should develop. It's like some DeFi protocol that like helps you navigate like 10 pools that, you know, like maybe it takes like your CBZN, like you drop in like 10 trillion, and then this like this like algorithm, I don't know, maybe it just flies around using data. And we would need, what I'm learning is we need time for data to occur so that the algorithms get better. But you could essentially create an algorithm that understands how people's like behavior is and understand uncommon patterns, because you connect it to the C ranks and the daily G ranks, and then everybody has an identity in the chain. This is from my development of understanding while doing research. Every C rank is its own identity pillar, because you don't know if that individual bulk minted it or if they fucking did it by themselves. And if it's a one-off, that's actually like another another type inside of Zen. No one's thinking this deep, but like those one-offs, that's who's in the motherfucker right now selling on here. Motherfuckers who's doing it by hand and shit. You hear them all the time in Zen World still, because that was painful. They're gonna bring that with them forever. They're like the Bitcoiners who mine Bitcoin on CPU. Like, they ain't never not gonna stop talking about shit. Niggas gonna be on the deathbed like, I remember when I mined Bitcoin on CPU. Bro, that's gonna be people who fucking, I remember when I single minted Zen by hand, and then just fucking die. Yeah, we get it. You were here day one. I really think of myself as like a day 100 Zenian, because I didn't do coin tools. I also didn't really understand AI the way I do today, or GPT. Let me correct the delivery. We fucks with GPT, bro, not AI. Generative predictive text. All right, we're going with that. All right. But now that we got these skills, these tools, what the fuck was I doing? I was sitting around on my hands. I should have been like those people who don't talk in Zen, because on day one, they knew what the next 10 years was. I've always wanted to be at this level of crypto. You just hear a fucking idea and then you're just like, yeah, that one's 10 years, that one's 7 years, that one's a couple of years, that one's deception. So yeah, man, you got to understand that shit. And that's why, again, with CBZen, bro, I really wanted to go up. What it does look like, though, is we got some believers in the chat. They holding up the price because they believe in X1 chain. I know that's for a fact. X1 chain is helping us not see catastrophic exits because that's an idiotic move. So there's a lot of smart holders in Zen world. They're not stupid. They just not action oriented, which hurts all of us in the liquidity. But again, if we have more people building with the ideology and showing others like, yo, you yield more by providing liquidity in these low liquidity times, it could shift CBZen's utility from just waiting on X1 chain to being this unique token on base with a lot of inflation. Then we go back to that conversation. Are we allowed to even do this? You know, like, oh, are they going to stop us from minting? And I think we've gotten away from that convo on CBZen, like the fear that we're disrupting something. And yeah, that's, again, the gears are shifting. You know, X1's getting closer. Smart liquid is leaving CBZen is how I'm seeing it. Smart liquid is like leaving it and going into better positions. And this is why you're seeing P.o.P Zen start to look very interesting. And if you understand Zen, now we can fucking talk about P.o.P Zen. Because P.o.P Zen, after that long-winded, inflation's okay, but damn it holds us back, right? We know it's going to be all right because Zen ETH will make inflation okay. Zen ETH will do it. All the other chains will follow. Hey, Jack said inflation's okay. Yo, Jack said inflation is okay. Hey, man, I reckon Jack says inflation is okay. That's how I read them shits when I see I reckon and shit. I'm like, damn, I forgot I reckon. That's a real American. Pre-cum and CB is in. What up, Lita? I was guilty of not mining, but buying mining contracts that got rugged from under me. Yeah, it starts with acceptance. Come to the Crypto Bruh channel to accept your faith, and then once you accept it, you just get past it, bruh. And this is why, again, I'm on my soapbox and I'm preaching about Zen. And sometimes I think people take my data analytics out of context because they're value seekers. They're not seeking a number that's gonna help their future, right? I make sure to position myself in a manner, and hopefully, like, I'm beating everybody. Like, yeah, I don't want to be somewhere where there's a lot of people. So of course I'm gonna navigate into it, and it's been fun, you know, like streaming, because when I'm streaming, I'm really on it. Like, hello, I'm inside of the Crypto Bruh, and you know, we're here looking at this most fair mathematical formula in crypto. All it is time and gas, and we get this random knock on the door to look at this thing I did not believe in. I did not believe in P.o.P Zen because I didn't think Zen was ready. And look at it go. I think it's fucking ready. You know, I was really like, yeah, this is going to take 8 years for people to understand. But we're seeing the case study right now. Right? What's this case study on P.o.P Zen? The AMP is pretty much here to be abused. So Zen enthusiasts, no pun intended, could show up and make as much Zen as they want for 2,000 days. And then again, if they want it as if it's bandwidth, they can go to base, and then they can again make it for 2,333 days. You know, you get billions and trillions for nothing. Billions and trillions of Zen for nothing, right? And we are the ones that have to say, is this worth something? But again, you have people who really enjoy this, and that's why the G rank is up on base. as well. And we can see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, when the G rank is down on base, this is how you instantly know that something's up. Like, where did they go? Or where did we go? Right? And this is why I'm able to put it all together now. It's like, yeah, Zen on Ethereum is to be discovered by the masses. Base Zen is to be discovered by a Zenian. Because you're going to see how awesome it is. How cool is this? And then you're also going to see how no one gives a fuck. They're going to be like, nah, man, I got this dog coin, though. Hey, yo, man, I got this dog coin, though. So, you know, Zen can't shine, right? That's kind of what it comes down to. It's like you have it on this really expensive chain where you have to impress fucking millionaires in order for it to get off the ground. Then you got the broke motherfucker chain where it's going up against Doggy Coin. Right? And both of those have a ridiculous amount of inflation because of the AMP, which instantly makes it easy to say, you know what, I'm gonna go get Doggy Coin on base. Like, I'll wait, I'll come back. When is this gonna be one? Right? And why do you say that now? Because of XEN. XEN, we see the G rank is skyrocketing. Right? Speculation has been found in the G rank again, and I think that's the scariest thing in base or in Zen world. When you got the elite Zenians doing, I mean, I think this is where I'm at with it too. A lot of people are starting to put algorithms on top of the global rank because that's our atomic clock. Like, everybody that comes through the contract has to leave behind a rank because you're gonna make one, right? You're gonna get a C rank. So your one rank gets put into this box. And now we, the developers, the mentors, the burners, the stakers, the whoever you are in Zen, again, this is your clock. You look up in the sky and you say, what time is it? Oh, if it looks like I'm on optimism, it's 249 million. That's what the time is. Now, why is this important? The global rank is what actually controls supply in the actual minting formula. So if you've never really looked at the Zen minting formula, because you're just here for value, you could give two fucks about how it's made. Damn, I can't wait to drop this. This is gonna be fun. Coming soon. What up, Rolando? What up, Earn It in the motherfucker house? But yeah, the real Zen formula is this, and it's fascinating to me. I seen somebody leave a comment and said they didn't even know how it really worked. So that's, again, I'm saying, like, we're battle testing the minting formula. There will be experts at the end of the test. In my opinion, as someone who feels as if I'm an expert at Zen, you understand that the most important piece of this puzzle is the logarithmic scale between the G rank and the C rank. This logarithmic scale is to prevent inflation. So the hilarious, I don't know how to explain this, but like, the way that we talk about Zen is not what Zen is. And that happened to me. The person that got me into Zen, because I was just listening, and, you know, I'm in the chats, I'm just around, I'm just trying to find the next hype, you know. They said, like, as more people make Zen, you get more Zen. And I was like, oh, damn, that's a great, you know, I want to get in. You know, as more people join, you get more, right? But they left out the part that you need the G rank to keep going up. And in the beginning, when this was at 0, yeah, like, let's click the button. You know, like, that's what everybody did. They clicked the button, the G rank skyrockets. It's a party. Right? But that's what just happened. Everybody who's early to minting gets the most rewards. So once you hear about Zen, you're getting the least rewards, because actually Zen by nature is designed to prevent inflation due to the logarithmic scale. That is a quant scale. This is mainly used by quantum quantitative programmers looking for an answer. They like to use logarithmic scales because it gives you a simple answer, right? So that's why I'm like, yo, this is wild. Maybe somebody on the Zen team is an economist. Yeah, when you get even further, like, yeah, this logarithmic C rank, G rank thing is fucking noble. Because it really does make you question, like, why doesn't other cryptocurrencies want to add this type of guessing formula? Because they believe in themselves, right? That's how I think of randomness. It's like, oh, random is just because you believe in yourself and you believe you can take on anything that comes at you. So here comes random. Right? If you're not believing it, if you're confident, nothing's random anymore because you were expecting it. But when you believe in yourself, you're just like, whoa, this keeps going on. I just got to keep believing. And then belief turns into confidence, right? So this is the most important part of the whole world. And many people miss it because they're just value chasing. They're not here to really be in the Zen world, right? And they still could be doing this shit. That's why I'm like, Brett, yeah, like X1 chain is tight, but like it's a different narrative. It's the continuation, essentially. It's like season 2. Like, all right, season 1 is Zen. Are you bringing your season tokens to season 2? And season 1 was a hell of an experience. Can you keep up? Are you going to fall off? Are you going to sell all your coins? Are you going to burn all your coins? Are you going to become another person that just keeps listening? You know, whatever Jack says, you're going to do. Are you going to become a developer? What are you going to do? You're just going to get rich, die, or what the fuck are you going to do, dog? Like, that's what's flowing through my head. Maybe it's the young energy in me. But again, I think X1 chain, we have a lot of range to create for the next 30 to 50 to 100 years if we want to. Right, it's up to us humans, us action-oriented ones, to bring divine Zenergy, to bring it to X1 chain as well, because it's not just going to be Jack. Jack is going to do what he's got to do, but you know, I ain't trying to be there if he got to hit a sell button. At least I know Zen ain't going to have that. Zen will not have a sell button by a founder forever, right? And we need to win that ideology with every single one of them, but I do think it's going to come in steps. OP Zen being the first one, right? That's the hard fact in OP Zen is the breakdown that I just gave you. The AMP is 1. People have had the Zen with amplified Zen. So now you have two of them are going on. Right? That's why it's amazing to see it happening in real time, because on Ethereum you don't have it. You don't have the 1 amp disinflationary fact. On Base, I don't have the 1 amp disinflationary fact. It comes along with all that extra fat that I just talked about. All those psychological and fucking hormonal teenage boys in this crypto space that just gotta sell their Zens because they like this girl. I gotta take her on a date. Gotta sell the Zen. Right? I mean, whatever the profile you want to go on, it's all good. But the hard fact is this 1 amp. That's 2 deflationary features happening on CB Zen. I mean, on OP Zen. Right? The global ranks deflation, we already knew that was going to happen. Right? That's in the minting formula. As soon as this gets to a specific area, it changes. Anybody from the past is washed out and everybody from the new is going forward. That's why it's important to stay minting. OP Zen is teaching us this for the future of Ethereum Zen. Like, there's going to be motherfuckers that actually stop minting ETH Zen in 29 because they're not here right now. Or they're just going to like totally like fuck it off or whatever. And then people like myself probably will have such crazy mining operations happening that it will be like, oh, thank God these motherfuckers wasn't looking. You know, it's like knowing how to make the milling factory. It's like, oh, I got the land for the milling factory and I got the Uniqlo fucking account. You know, I got the Nike account. That's kind of how I'm thinking of all of these places that you make Zen. Those are your milling factories. Some of them might be dumb as fuck. You might buy a milling factory in the middle of the desert. That's like Phantom. Like, bro, why did you build this giant milling factory in the middle of the desert? You're just like, I don't know. Jack Levinson make Zen. You know, so I think strategically planning how you're going to deal with this 1 amp, knowing that the G rank is going to fly. So you got to mint today, because the G rank is the only way we get more inflation, because it's designed to be deflationary. Right? It's designed to prevent. So how do you not prevent it in this minting formula? Right? If it's designed, so it's minus C rank. So your rank, you need to make sure your G rank is way beyond you. And that's kind of where you stop gambling in Zen, when you can understand that the G rank has to become beyond you. And if you start to see the patterns on all of these Zens, it's very, very easy and simplistic to see which ones are going to outlive you, which might actually give you a good spot if you've max mint. Right? That's kind of, I was like, yo, a lot of these G ranks are telling stories because they stop clicking. And that means that the Zen over there is super rare. It's actually very rare. Right? We're going to learn that from ETH Zen, how rare it is when the G rank is down, and then ETH Zen will do the same. It'll run. It will look for these higher G ranks over the next 2,000 days. Right? People will want that. They will want more Zen from their Zen mint. They won't want it to just be the same. They will hit the Nomad mission. They will change the minter. They will bring together the masses. They will not allow themselves to make a C rank at 30 million and next year it'd be 37 million. I highly doubt that if real motherfuckers come into Zen. They're not going to let that shit happen. We see how you can boost the G rank. It just takes accounts. It takes multiple C ranks. It might not be like a CB Zen or an Optimism, but I think it can get there with the real people. That's what I'm like. With real people, Zen on Ethereum could do an Optimism. And now you need to ask yourself, does it have that juice? Can it get real people? Right? Because Optimism is going to be automatic. This is the automatic one. Like, if you're not in this already, if you're not consolidating your Zen here, I don't know what to tell you. That 1 amp is the strongest narrative for OP Zen. The fact that we know that everybody is in a savage fight for the mint, right? C rank or G rank goes up, but now how many mints did you make? How many of those are you taking advantage of? Do you have 500 of those? Do you have 1,000 of those? Mintzen.com. Do you have 2,300 of those? Oh shit, earn it with a W. Thank you, my dude. Minting on base, caught up on daily ladders. All the way max mint. OP Zen got 30 days left to mint daily ladders. And all caught up. Or some of y'all late. My picnic basket is on the lawn, open, dropping some beers off. Front run them. What up, Ernest? Thanks for the dub, dog. That dub is the tip for the deb. Ah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, we got the if you feel like mintzen.com is bringing you value, feel free to drop me a coffee. You just click on these down here and they'll copy the address. You can buy me a coffee. Big ups for that though, bro. That's not me though. I know Ernest running. He running full speed. I feel like I've spent so much time on CB Zen pool that the diverted energy to OP Zen is a stage that is, at this stage would be foolish. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, it's not that it's foolish. It's that you're becoming aware. Like this is where I've always just thought of this thing, and why I'm like, I need to make a move before the next person, because we're in a player versus player environment in Zen. So you can't, or this is where I'm at with it. You might be in the pool, but you don't own the pool. So why are you shackled to it? Where did that come from? right? You're in a fucking war with someone who's gonna get a mint today that you don't know, that has to go and ask themselves the same question they asked themselves yesterday, and they're gonna do the same thing they did yesterday. So a fun thing to do on CBZen is just go to the sales, right? There's only one pool to sell, and you'll see like we have some really big sellers going on in CBZen. Most of these people are mentors because they're getting their big bag right now, and that's why I'm saying like, oh, you gotta see the writing on the wall here, because we're trying to change them. You don't, and that's what I mean. You're not shackled to the pool. You can make a decision and say, I'm not going to help you anymore, and you can actually consolidate, not consolidate into an inflationary environment, right? That's Zen on Ethereum, which again, I'm thinking we're actually. I'm not saying don't do it. Open up your playbook, go do some research. I'm actually DCAing into Zen on Ethereum right now, because I think it's in a squeeze. I think whoever's trying to make Zen, they just squeezed out somebody. Like this long as wick. The fact we recovered, whoever did this, they're betting on something, and I think that hands are shown, because we're at a unique bottom in Zen, right? This is the brink, or this is the threshold of understanding for crypto. Currently, this environment right now, they literally called the crypto bill the Genius Act. You're a fucking genius. What? I always thought that was funny that Steve Jobs called the place you fix your stuff the Genius Bar. Like, man, they hired these motherfuckers. They have healthcare. They could give fucking two fucks about your phone. The Genius in the Genius Bar is a PDF. R.I.P. Steve. Great branding. And again, that's why I'm like, yo, I'm not counting out Zen, because on Zen on Ethereum, its ethos overpowers its amplified Zen feature. So that's why, again, I think this is in a spiritual battle, and whoever is really in this one, they got a lot of bag, and they know what's going on here. So that's what I'm saying, they're letting the market makers go as far down as they could, and everybody had to pivot at the same time. This is very natural. I saw this when Bitcoin went from $100 to $1,000, and I could not understand what the fuck was going on. It would keep going down like this, and then it would spring up. See, the difference though is that we're not seeing mighty swings, because everybody is smart in Zen. They're not going to swing it to the 200 on the daily, because they know that it's going to get extremely oversold. And then the person that would want to sell at the 200 knows, hey, if they're going to take it to the 200, why the hell wouldn't it break past the 200? So you get that psychology inside of this whole trading zone too, right? And then you get the AMP people who are like, well, I'm holding until 29. So again, very unique market, a very unique bottom. Definitely the consolidation play if you're in a side chain with a lot of value. But if you wanted to stay in the low fee environment, this is kind of why I'm feeling like OPZen is what the people want. Like, if we're saying the people and not the elite, like this is definitely what the people want. They want a low supply token that's inflated, because now you can play games. Now you can do something, and the crowd is small right now. That's why if this grew, expect scale, like a whole Zen world scale. Like, I'm ready to see a lot of people trying to use mintzen.com. Like, I'm actually prepared for it. I'm like, yeah, win. Like, when people show up to mintzen.com, because I'm getting like 10 people right now a day, right? And that's still huge to me, because I'm like, wow, there's still 10 people out there low-key mining or low-key minting, you know? They don't give a fuck. So, yeah, again, I'm feeling like we're at the end of this. So, what is the end of this? It's going to be the actual inflation. So the progress towards 1 amp is already complete. And you can see here, we're on day 349 of 1. When we get to July 12th, and we eclipse the one essentially for a whole year, it's gonna be two things. I'm basically saying 365 is a great awareness. If you can get aware before 365, you're doing great in Zen world. Like right now, me talking about this should make you extremely excited, right? 349, damn, we're really close. The close concept is 500. So when we were at the 1 amp, most people were minting Zen for 500 days. So we won't really see the like constant or the predictable inflation until 500 days after this amp ends. But then after that, every day's inflation will be predictable if you have it. So I've actually started doing this myself by dude, what the fuck is going on in Zen world? But like I got myself making a server account like ASW, because like I'm like, yeah, I really do want to get into data and holding it for Zen at least, because I understand it and I could explain this data I have. So like one of the data points I'm trying to pick up right now that's going to take me time to, I need 90 days for it to be pretty accurate, and it's not just a prediction machine. But eventually we'll know like how much Zen is coming out every single day on Optimism. We'll know every single wallet, and we'll know how much they're going to get. And then like by that time, again, the concept of putting yourself in between everybody won't be hard. And then it'll be more of like a market making game where you can use the G rank to your advantage. Because after that, that's why I'm like, after that, then maybe we see competition. Like people coming into Zen, trying to make somebody like myself feel pressure. So they're pushing up the price of the mints, right? That's essentially what would happen. It would be like, you can't mint Zen now for sub pennies because somebody came in and they built a floor there because they don't want to have competition below the number they have. And then that's where we ask ourselves, does Optimism cancel Zen? But I don't think so, because it's like subsidized Ethereum. Like that's their whole ethos is open source. So why would they stop the most open source thing on Optimism? This is the most open source thing. And the 1 amp is just abuse on the system because we're repurposing the block space. So now I'm really turning 500 days into 1 million Zen, right? You're really running this calculation, right? If we take 518 days worth of minting, and then right now we can see here, again, the G rank is what's controlling. So this is why I like using the daily change on ZenPub. And that's, Yosef, shout out Yosef, he got hella data on this shit. He's the one. But yeah, see, like we're having a lot of inconsistencies right now in the minting on OP Zen, and that's why I know it's still a ghost town, because when gas is affordable and everybody goes to click the button, like, let me see what's up with this. They go click that button and then they're like, oh shit, yeah, it's kind of low. We see an increase in mints, but people have to be action oriented to see that. And then typically if it stays low, it's just going to keep going up until it gets high again. Right. So at an all-time high, what we see here is 1.6 million G ranks created in a day. Theoretically, that is C ranks, not global rank. Actually, he should change. I've always thought of that. Like he should change this global rank term to C rank on daily, because on the day it's a C rank. On the or by the day it's a C rank. Once matured, it's a G rank. Real hard to understand that one probably too. Because yeah, you have a C rank that you make in a day, but you have to wait till it comes to maturity. And that's what you leave behind. That's why the G rank really doesn't impact anybody until the day you have to mint. And if you mint, like let's say like you that's why, yeah, a lot of people are seeing extra zen on OP.XEN because a lot of new interest has stepped into the minting, and for a split second it wasn't increasing in C ranks, and then out of nowhere in May, again, a lot of pro CBZen enthusiasts moved into OP.XEN because it was strategically a smarter play. Everything about it kept giving. That's kind of how I was thinking about it when I really started to step in at late April. OP.XEN just kept giving to me. Like, I was try an idea and then give back, try an idea and then give back, and the next thing you know, minzen.com. I'm like, damn. Maybe there is something over here with this one app, right? But you see, from 209 to 248. So anybody who was minting here, like let's say you started a C rank March of this year, April of this year, any of these other 500 days, like you just saw a significant boost in your delayed gratification, right? The only way you get those boosts back now is if somebody or something happens where you know minting action jumps, right? And these C ranks become global. They're no longer focused on their daily activity. They really focused on that global rank hitting numbers, because like, hey, that means my mint wins, right? It's weird how like we don't have this culture yet, but it'll show up eventually because it's something to latch onto. Crypto doesn't exist, so you need something to latch onto, and that's a perfect narrative. So let's look at this calculation. Let's say 1.5 C ranks are created after you, not users, C ranks. And then again, OP.XEN has restraints because the block size is only 400 or 40 million gas units. All right, CBZen is 140 million, so you get way more. Get 100x. Get 100x more in the block. But you'll see here optimism. If we go long, the 518 days, you're only yielding 1.36 OP.XEN, right? So if we look at this like on a price scale, what we notice is that right now at these lows, you're only manifesting half a penny, 0.005, right? Now technically, and this is what makes it like kind of funny, right? Let me hit this received button. Does this work? Oh shit. Hope that didn't mess up my RPC. Let me see. That would be my first time actually clicking that button while running a ladder. Okay, cool. It's still going. All right, cool. Making sure I ain't messing up my ladder. But like, if we go into one of these here, optimism is special. So I'm giving away some gas right now because I'm about to sign out. That crank on high on OP.XEN, the Gwei flatlined at damn 6 zeros and a 5. I was still minting for unicorn dust. Lols. That's insane. Yeah, so that, I mean, 4 zeros and a 3 is working totally fine. And this is why, again, I'm saying, yo, y'all are sleeping on minting OP.XEN because this is temporary. Not everybody is going to be here with us. So this is valid. This is extremely valid. You're still minting OP.XEN for value at 1 Gwei. At 1 amp, bro. Because you're going to do it, right? You're going to do it for less than the advertised price of gas. I do see people that have been minting, and then they like one of the ways that, here's a tip to the people who follow me. Don't follow me, or just be here. But go to before you start minting on minzen.com, visit the OP.XEN torrent contract. That way you can see, other people minting, and then maybe you can see if they're getting really good price, like really good gas price. Right? Look at this person. This person's minting for even better than me. They got 5 yeah, 5 zeros and an 8 is the way that they're doing. But as soon as, like, let's say, like, it's like right now, I just exposed this. So if you came down and then you did 5 zeros and a 9 so that you can be down there with that person, then that person might do 5 zeros and a 9 too. Then you stop mining, and then they start mining. And then, you know, you guys are just going to be in a gas war until you find consensus. For me, that's why I like to use higher gas, because I don't want to be in a war. I want to mine as many as I can. Like, time is at an essence. So, because again, I think it's cooler to have in your possession 2,000 max mints, right? 2,300 max mints, rather than, you know, getting them as I can go, because that's like Ethereum. That's like old meta. Like, old meta is like you wait for the gas to trigger. New meta is you get your ass in that block. You put some color in that block, boy. But you'll see here, this is my wallet mining right now, and I'm getting more blocks than the person that's not pushing gas. All right, so they're lucky that they don't have any competition. But if one person stepped in at that level, they're instantly fried, and then they're trying to catch me because I'm at the desired block gas ratio, right? Which is still, you know, lower than the amount it would cost, the amount of Zen I'm gonna get. So I'm still turning profit, even though it's pennies on the dollar. Now, why would this be bullish for future speculation? Currently, right? If we zoom out on XEN, this is at all-time low. I'm basically minting my future in relevance to a price that is at its all-time low. Right? And XEN is a meme coin at this point. So people are looking at it in the market cap. They're not looking at it in price. They're looking at it in the market cap. God forbid XEN go up to 500,000 market cap. People might start speculating on, it's the values over there. It's the value over there. It's the value over there. Oh, Crypto Bros already fucking mined. I've already minted fucking 2,000 XENFTs every single day on Optimism, you know? I've already been doing that for 2 months now, straight. A new wallet, moments. A new wallet, moments. A new wallet, moments. And I'm not going to stop until I get some competition. And there's nights and days when we get chain competition. So there's even more turbulence here than just you successfully minting, right? There's a lot to be learned. And I am extremely bullish that people will buy it because they won't want to learn it. They won't want to miss that value. They is not going to miss it. Are you kidding me? And that's, again, guys, I'm not telling you to consolidate your Zen. I'm just saying, do the research, and this might make sense to you. But the P.o.P Zen, it has that element. Like, it has that story. Hey, what would happen if it got to a daily mint, right? Because now it's like, yo, we can see the future is valuable. So, like, that's whatever. What are we chasing here in P.o.P Zen? Now that we know the minting formula works, you can mint 1 amp, you're still going to make revenue, right? It's about how many do you make for you to get a turn on investment. And that, again, that is on you, your time, your understanding. So what is the other value prop in P.o.P Zen that's easier and matches the shorter time concept, right? Because that's what everybody's going to be like, oh, but it's shorter. I'm supposed to get rich quicker. I'm not supposed to wait 518 days, right? I don't care about security. I don't care about stability. I'm trying to gamble, right? We're always going to have those. I'm trying to gamble. What up, Tessie? Cheers for your dedication to the Zen family. Straight up, bro. Thanks for always being here and popping in. We challenge the status quo. But yeah, one of the coolest value props that you can probably throw into the mix right now is this idea of cheap, because that's what people like about CB Zen. And that's kind of what I was getting at, Quantum. Let me see. I don't want to own it, but I'm heavily stacked I would go into OP and mint, but I would continue to buy the inflation on CBZen. Hey, yo, I'm just what I mean though. Anybody going hard on CBZen though? Like me, like I'm dormant. Like I'm like, okay, I got enough. Like I got like 10 trillion in mints. You know, like I got this crazy amount of mints, and you can mint it. So that's why it's like, yo, in CBZen, remember you can mint it. You do not really need to buy it, right? Take the least riskier concept. But again, if you're all risk into CBZen because you like it and you're gonna make you're gonna make it happen, then yeah, man, like that's why it's like, yo, you can make 10 million or 10 trillion as much as you want. You just need 500 days. If you know you got 500 days, man, you got 10 trillion Zen ready to burn. And that's probably what most of my base will be. It'll just be burning, keep burning it. But back to this OP Zen thing, and this is what I mean, Quantum, is OP Zen's value prop on the daily mint is very interesting, right? I was saying like the only way Zen can get action oriented is it has to become constant. It's only going to become constant if people feel like they're getting something out of the action. So there is actually no better narrative for OP Zen than to match its 24-hour mint with the daily reward, right? At 256 or 2,556, right? That's like what today is. Like if you made a max mint today and then it just so happens to be you made the max mint on the million, because right, it's fluctuating right now. You might make the max mint and then the next day you might make a daily max mint, and then the next day is actually only 428, right? So then that changes for you. It's no longer there was 1.5 million users because you did it daily. So now you only get to reap the benefits of the 4,200 or the 4,028 or the 428,563 users after you. So now you get 200 less OPs in than your neighbor, who might get 200 more because they minted on the 23rd. And well, actually, yeah, nah. You needed to do a 2-day mint to catch the wave up. And that's what I mean. Some of it is really hard to understand. But like, yeah, if you wanted to catch the wave, you need to mint on a day where there's nobody, and then you just happen to throw that mint. Like, let's say, what's that? 21, let's say 7 days. So if you threw that mint for 7 days, you got crazy inflation for them 7 days. Like it was just moving around. But again, it's on a linear scale, so it bundles all 7 together. You can't actually, and this is the fairness of Zen, you can't actually compound 7 days of supply without making it linear, or I mean without making it logarithmic. So it's always going to try to prevent inflation for anybody trying to game the system. All right, the only way to game the system is to make multiple of the same things. Like you have to make 100,000 7-day mints, and then maybe you win the lottery because you just picked the best time to do it. Like you're like, oh, thank God I did that, right? So, this is why, again, I think minting every day is smart, and this could become a gamble. I'm inventing something right now to feed the gambler ethos, mindshare, because I think this 24-hour thing on optimism is tight. And if you can program it so that it's about making the Zen and not buying it, it could make people want to buy it. And then that would essentially need to take that to current minting levels, right? And the current minting level is, oopsies, what I just showed here, which really is what people are getting in on. Like not the base, because again, that's the competition. It's really where people are getting in at. Oh, this person's actually cooking at 5 zeros and an 8. What the fuck? Or did I click that wrong? Are they really cooking that hard? I might need to change my gas. God damn. Am I done? I'm overpaying. Is this me? Did I mess up or something? No, I'm 38. Oh, I'm the one running slow. What the fuck? That's weird. How's this? Oh, they might be, it might be my RPC. It might be limiting me. Who is this? God damn, I need to adjust my thing. Shit, I'm tripping. I'm the one that's tripping. I'm the one getting dusted. But so you see what I mean? Like, I probably need to be hitting it harder, no homo. Oh man, there's so much game theory to the minting. But again, that's why I'm like, yo, the first person or the first dev to really get people to understand that it's about the mint, and the mint comes down to the day. Like, it can come down to the month, it can come down to the week, it can come down to the day. That is literally written in the stars for someone to discover. Like, how do you get it down to a day? Because when you get it down to a day, right, we go to the 2005, let's just say, you know, this is currently 2 zeros from the true value, essentially. Right here, we have 4 zeros and a 1 is what 2,560 OP Zen cost. So this is literally telling you, like, yo, technically, this shit is undervalued because it needs to go to that. Like, I almost think it needs to drop now. Like, it needs to drop them. Well, where'd that line come from? Is that like back here or something? Let me hit the daily. Oh yeah, this is like the floor of floors right here. But yeah, 2 zeros from where we are would be 643. Or we'll just say it up here. Like, technically, like imagine if a whole bunch of influencers just started to say this technical analysis. Oh, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen because I'm a smart fucking influencer. You know, like, they're just waiting to do this shit. They just don't know how to bring the capital in yet because they don't have Jack Levin's endorsement. So I'm front running those motherfuckers. God damn. What was that? 9,000%. That's a 10,000x. Right now, if OPZen could look at that. If OPZen could manifest enough believers to say, you know what, we should price this daily C rank. All you got to do is hold. Buy it and hold it. Motherfuckers was buying that stupid ass PZen trying to peg it to $1, but motherfuckers really can't buy logic on OPZen. It might be a thing though. It might be the saddest part of it all. It might be the saddest part of it all, you know? There might not be enough listeners to comprehend that. And then they still might be able to think of some FUD. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your 10,000x. Like, if you've been waiting for it in crypto, it could happen in OPZen and then it bleed to everything else. Because this is like, again, like, I feel like maybe you should consolidate here at the bottom of this, because people who bring in new capital, what do you buy? Especially if you come across the Crypto Bro channel and I'm telling you, you're buying into people's fucking inflation. Like, you're not buying OPZen, which is the real Zen coin currently, until real Zen, which is Ethereum Zen, goes through its 2,000 days of inflation. Like, you just have to let it mature, unless you have a time machine, bro. And that's what I mean. This might be one of the realest things you need to wake up to. Earning with the bruh just gave y'all the alpha. Check the Explorer for true gas, and that's all. And that's on all chains. Yeah, check the Explorer for the true gas, because it like even on my website, I put the gas being given by optimism. So optimism, and this is a UX thing, optimism knows that if you do it at 3 zeros and a 9, you're going to be ahead of the pack. So you're going to get 2-second TPS. But if you're a Xenian, you want the best price on blocks, you aren't getting advertised the best price. So the best price will be on the chain. And then you can adjust as you please to save guap, essentially. Because, right, that's what we're doing. Like, we're basically trying to get as cheap as we can get before we have to go up. Because at some point, like I'm saying, there's not enough air. Well, you're going to look around and a lot of people will have drowned, but you'll see where other people get in air and you're going to be like, should I swim over there? You know, and that's what it's all about. Maybe you get your own corner and you like, yo, there ain't enough space up here. I'm sorry. I'm going to hold this corner down. And that's kind of like the gas wars. Someone's going to hold down their corner. They're not going to let you get in. They're going to make you work for that. So just be ready for that shit. But yo, bro, I need to figure it out. I've been here talking about this Zen shit for way too long. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. If you're really here for it, you know what I'm saying? If you're really here for it, and again, I'm not trying to tell you to change your narrative, because Zen obviously spoke to you for whatever chain you're on. I'm just simply trying to progress myself, my channel, my awareness, and make sure that it's with integrity and I'm not like freestyling on faith. I feel like that's what Zen has taught me, is you don't need to freestyle on faith. In crypto, you can just do the work. And when you get to that answer, bruh, that's the answer, bruh. There's no reason to remix it. Don't remix it. All right. And again, your answer is your answer. Don't remix it. Keep it you. Keep it true. Till next time. Peace.